Got some guests in the studio this morning from McGavock Nissan. Tony Dorsett, the great All-American at Pitt and the great NFL Hall of Famer for the Dallas Cowboys, is coming to Lubbock, and he's going to be at McGavock Nissan at 66th and Milwaukee. But prior to his arrival, there's going to be a Heisman Trophy on display. Let's visit briefly with Brent. Brent McGavock, tell us a little bit about how this came about, and what are the schedules for Tony Dorsett out at McGavock Nissan?
Hey, Paul, thanks for having us here. We're honored to get the Heisman Trophy here. I know Nissan is one of the sponsors of the Heisman House, so they get the opportunity to select certain dealers that actually have the real Heisman for this year to come to one of the stores, and we've been honored to be able to have that. I think we get it on Thursday. Is that right, Randy?
That's right. We get it Thursday.
We get it Thursday, and we have it to Monday, and it's the actual Heisman that's they told us they make two of them, one to go to the school and one to go to the player. I don't know which one this is, but it's the actual Heisman that's going to be given out this year. So I'm excited to have it here. It's the real Heisman that's going to be in one of either the school or the player who wins that this year. So we're very, very honored to have that. So you can have the opportunity to come by and take pictures with that anytime from Thursday through Monday. Is that correct?
No, Thursday through Sunday.
Thursday through Sunday. Okay. It's I've had the opportunity to be around one, but if you haven't, it's a chance of a lifetime for Lubbock, and we're excited to get that. And in the meantime, I had a fellow dealer of mine that was friends with Tony Dorsett, and had the opportunity to meet him, and he wound up buying a couple of cars from us for his daughter, a couple of daughters, correct?
Yeah, one for him and one for his daughter.
Yeah, one for him and his daughter. So really nice guy, very humble, like you said a minute ago, and he's coming in, and he's going to stay a couple of days with us. He's actually going to the TCU game with me this weekend, so I'm looking forward to spending some time with Tony, but very nice guy, very humble guy. He's going to be at the dealership from on Friday the 27th, is that right? 25th.
25th.
Oh, sorry.
25th.
The 25th. Friday the 25th from 5 to 7, and we invite everybody to come out, meet Tony, take pictures with him. He's a first-class guy, and a big cowboy, and he's like I said, he's just really not. He's so humble. When we took our cars, Randy got to go to chance to go into his house, and you were talking about not knowing where his Heisman was.
Right.
He didn't know where his was either, did he, Randy?
Well, it's funny. When I went down there, they were actually packing up to move. They live in Frisco, and they were moving to some other part of Dallas, and he was in a box somewhere. And I said, "Well, Tony, where's your Heisman?" He goes, "Here's alongside." He goes, "I'm not going to have to find out where that thing is."
That's Randy Christian, folks, who is in with Brent McGavock this morning talking about Tony Dorsett. A lot of people, time flies, and we forget about how many great college football players and how they finished their collegiate career at Pitt, especially for Tony Dorsett. Of course, he won the Heisman his senior year. He also won the Maxwell Award, and he also won the Walter Camp Player of the Year Award. He was probably one of the most highly decorated football players as a senior coming out of college in the past 100 years. Not very many at the same time, win all of those awards. And but that was the case with Tony Dorsett. He was a first-round draft pick of the Dallas Cowboys. I mean, Landry wanted him badly, made no bones about it. And I boldly predicted on the radio back in the 70s that he wouldn't play much pro football because he was too small. I also said that light beer stuff wouldn't sell either.
I think he was Rookie of the Year in the NFL, too.
He was Rookie of the Year in the NFL, you bet.
He's probably one of the most decorated athletes that you've seen around. He's, like you say, Heisman Trophy winning, Rookie of the Year. He's still in the top 10 in rushing in the NFL. He also has a Super Bowl ring. He's in the Ring of Honor in the Dallas Cowboys. So, really, really decorated.
NFL Hall of Famer.
NFL Hall of Famer, that's correct. You aren't going to find many that have Super Bowl, Heisman, and then Hall of Fame.
And he's in the Collegiate Hall of Fame, Football
Absolutely.
Hall of Fame too. Also,
and if you go to YouTube and search for his 99-yard run,
right,
it's
that's
still
amazing.
unbelievable.
It really is, and still a record, by the way, in the NFL.
Exactly.
I'll tell you how generous a guy is. Randy went to his house, and I collect memorabilia. Randy knows more than anything, so I was jealous of what Randy brought home. But he had a Wheaties box when he was on the cover with
Staubach and Pearson.
and then they're all signed by all three of them. He gave it to Randy.
Yeah.
Great.
Just handed it to him. So
Right.
really, really nice guy.
Yeah, he's a very nice guy, very humble guy. I think everybody enjoyed meeting him. He's a real family guy, and you don't ever hear any stories about Dorsett as far as his career.
No,
Yeah.
never.
He just did his job and still does it, and still very involved with NFL. I think some NFL charities. But yeah, I think we're going to just have a great time having him in town. And it was Paul. The real interesting thing about this is that we'd been working on getting Tony to come to town for like 6 months or so.
We have.
And we only found out about the Heisman coming about a month and a half ago. So it was just this really nice, thing that I guess meant to be, to have Tony come in the same week that we were having the Heisman, and that he's a Heisman Trophy winner also.
He's also deeply involved in a medical issue. He's been diagnosed. It's chronic traumatic encephalopathy, and I'm sure I butchered the name of the disease, but it will eventually lead to some signs of dementia, as some of the NFL players have been noted to have the same malady, and he's also a very, very avid spokesman for those brain disorders that have been affecting some NFL players. It's not had any traumatic effect on Tony as of yet, but he's very aware of it, that he's been diagnosed with it. And while it has no outward signs right now with Tony, because he's a very alert guy, great speaker, great on his feet, but he's very passionate about that, as it has affected some people that he played with in the NFL. So on top of just being a great guy, he's also pretty dedicated to things that he feels strongly about, and I think that's another plus. That's another star in his crown, as far as I'm concerned.
Well, he was pretty. When I was down there and took the car to him, I spent about probably 2.5 hours with him, just doing what we needed to do to swap out one car for the other. That he was pretty open about it, and he'd forget where he put his car keys, and I said, Tony, I don't.
I do that all the time.
I do that all the time.
Right.
But he did. He's very open about it, and he talks about it. He's, as you said, he's a really a supporter of letting people know about that. But yeah, I said, I don't know where my keys are right now, so don't worry about that.
Right. Also, Townsquare Media is giving away an autographed helmet and football, but you have to register online, and you can register online, according to the folks here at KFYO, at any of the radio station websites, and that includes KFYO, it includes 98 Cool, it includes FMX, it includes all of the stations that operate here out of this building at 82nd and Quaker under the umbrella of Townsquare Media. So if you'd like to sign up for that, and I don't know, I think they'll give them away later. I'm not sure they're taking sign-ups right now, but you might get on the website and find out. But that's also something that would be great memorabilia for somebody, especially those that are either a Cowboy or a Dorsett fan or both. So it's interesting. Let's now the Heisman Trophy is going to be there the 24th through the 27th. Randy, is that correct?
Correct.
Okay.
Thursday through Sunday.
Okay. And Tony will be there on the 25th,
Friday the 25th.
which is a Friday from 5 until 7.
Correct.
At McGavock Nissan at 66th in Milwaukee. Brent, I want to ask you a question. You had a great location along the South Loop.
Yes, sir.
And you decided to move out in the country. I remember when Mayor Tom Martin decided that we were going to pave Milwaukee. And another council member who was a lady said, "There's nothing out there but jackrabbits." And you were you and your family kind of a pioneer along Milwaukee. And I'm telling you, that's like North Central Expressway in Dallas now. I mean, I'm telling you, y'all are moving and growing out there, aren't you?
It was one of those when my dad and I, we were approached to sell the land where we were at. It was a scary proposition for us because we were sitting in such a good location, and we were like, is this something we should do or not? Is it crazy or not? But it was an opportunity that we couldn't turn down as far as that. And then It actually, we get better traffic out on Milwaukee as far as the drive-by. It's not so busy as far as the loop is right there. So people are flying by in the loop, watching out for their lives, and now they can actually, on Milwaukee, take their time and, we sit with a stoplight right there, and it gets people to look at our cars. So it was a good move for us. It was definitely a gamble, but I think everything is sold all the way down in Milwaukee now, and it's amazing just to see the growth when I go to work and what's new coming up and what's being built. It's amazing how Lubbock has stayed consistent, and we have dealerships in other parts of the country, and one thing about Lubbock is it's very consistent, very loyal base, and they followed us out there. Even though we went 2 or 3 miles, it was scary for us to do, but it worked out.
I would imagine it was scary. But, of course, as you have indicated, it's been proven. I'm so old, I can remember when from Slide Road to Quaker along Loop 289, it was Automobile Road. There was Crow Chevrolet and Pioneer Lincoln Mercury and McGavock, and there was a Toyota store there. And and then, as things change, you see growth out in the area. So congratulations.
In fact, Paul, we just got awarded the Infinity franchise for Lubbock, and we're honored to get that. We've been working on it for a long time. So we wish we'd have bought some more land, because now we're trying to price land right now, and where it's going out there, it's almost triple for what we paid for it, 3 or 4 years ago.
If ands and buts was candy and nuts, we'd all have a Merry Christmas, right? Yeah, I understand that. Believe me, I'm a poster boy for that. Let's talk a little bit, just briefly, and I'm excited about Tony Dorsett being in Lubbock, but briefly, I want to touch on something that is maybe of special interest to the folks, and we'll do that right after the break. If y'all can stay over just after the break, and we'll talk just a little bit more. Welcome back, everybody, to the Chad Hasty program. Paul R. Bean, Randy Christian, and Brent McGavock in the studio. And a really good point, Randy, that you made about getting the youth involved in this Heisman Trophy exhibition, which is going to be out at McGavock Nissan. Make that point for our listeners.
One of the things that Nissan encourages us to do, there's very few rules involved in the Heisman. We were going to put it on display in the showroom. They said you want people to come in and take pictures of it, selfies of it. You can touch it. The only thing
can't pick it up.
Can't pick it up.
It's heavy.
It can't pick it up. And the only other thing that I thought was really good, don't do anything to degrade the tradition and history of the Heisman, and that includes they don't want anybody drinking or smoking when they have their picture made in the Heisman. I thought that was reasonable. But the other thing is they want to really encourage particularly youth teams like our YFL teams. Try to make arrangements to bring your team to McGavock and have a group picture or individual pictures of your team and teammates with the Heisman, and put that in your scrapbook. And then when you're as old as you and I are, they could look back at that and say, I had my picture taken when I was 11 years old in Lubbock, Texas at McGavock Nissan with the real Heisman Trophy. It's cool. Going to be a great piece of family history, and so we really want to encourage people to bring their kids out. Bring their kids out now.
Right. And I think that would be. We got so many football teams around the area too, and the coaches and things.
What I think is also kind of cool is it's this weekend that we play TCU, and TCU's got a young man that's being touted as a Heisman, but. I think that all bets are off now with all the things that happened this weekend. I think the Raiders can pull this one out, and I think it's going to be an exciting weekend on a lot of different levels.
If Mahomes is at least not on the watch list, it'll be a great disappointment.
As for being a sophomore for that kid, his future is it's unbelievable what that kid's done so far.
And, of course, if he's not even on the watch list, it'll be the second time that Lubbock and Texas Tech has received the shaft as far as the Heisman Trophy is concerned, because when they didn't give it to Donnie Anderson in the mid-'60s, that was all but criminal.
Most agree,
because nobody else was close. But in years past, not so much now, but the Heisman sometimes the hype, the media hype, has led to sometimes giving it to somebody who maybe it should have been shared with somebody else.
I agree with that. Definitely.
Anyway, the New York Athletic Club gives out the Heisman Trophy every year. Brent. Nissan has the brand has grown at an incredible rate.
It has. It really has. It's we bought that store 15 years ago, and it was when we bought it, we were probably they were selling 20 cars a month when we bought that from Pioneer, and now we're averaging 175 new Nissans a month out of that store. It's been quite a growth for us, and we've got some executive managers with Nissan that are really aggressive and really have grown the brand. It starts with product. You got to have good product before you can start selling
Sure.
stuff. So our product is second to none, and it's
I'll vouch for that. My granddaughter drives one.
She sure does.
Yeah.
It's a great product, and we just built off that, and really trying to take care of our customers. And I grew up in a small town. I like a small town feel. I like to be able to go out and shake people who bought cars from us, and really take pride in what we do and what we sell. And it's Nissan's trying to get 10% market share in the United States, which we're the number one volume dealer in Lubbock as far as new cars are concerned. And it's a contribute to all the people that work for us and the Lubbock community that's been really good to us over the past few years. You have anything to say, Randy?
I've been with McGavock for 3 years, and it's amazing to see the quality of the product, even when I started. But what's exciting about Nissan is the fact that they keep rolling out new product. They keep making it better every time.
Sure.
We got the new Maxima that came out in June, and what we're really excited about is the new Titans that'll come out in November. We're first ever to have diesel Titans.
That's correct.
Right.
We're excited about getting the new Titan in the store.
Who's building the engine? Is Nissan?
Cummins.
Oh.
Yeah, Cummins going to build it especially for us.
Going to be a humming Cummins, huh?
Yeah, that's right. It really is. So we're excited about getting that. And that's going to actually, Nissan's introducing the Titan with the diesel first, even before the gas. So I've got to sit in the truck. I've been in the truck. It's a very aggressive truck and good-looking truck. And I think it will be able to compete with the market. And we're excited about getting that. But
6-cylinder, inline? Or,
it's an 8.
It's a V8?
Yes,
huh?
it is. Uh-huh.
Oh, okay.
And so we're excited to get that. And then the gas engine will follow behind that. But this year alone, we've had a new Murano, new Maxima, new Titan, and then next year we get a new Frontier, new Sentra, new Altima. So we're excited about Nissan. They do keep it fresh, and that's the exciting about Nissan. They keep it fresh, and the advertising's been really good as way they partner with the Heisman and how they do college sports and all the new stuff that they've got.
Got 30 seconds. I want to ask you a question.
Yeah.
Out here in dry West Texas, what's the deal with the frog?
An advertising agent came up with that from my dad back in the 70s, and I caught hell over that growing up, I can tell you. But it really sticks. It sticks in people's mind.
Absolutely.
And, it's been a good promotion for us over the years, for sure.
Thanks.